what I'm going to start doing pretty soon is re-uploading some of my original interviews with various individuals. People such as Alex Jones back in the day, Christopher Everard, David Icke. I'm pausing. Getting old. I will be 40 in a little over a year. So yeah, I want to preserve. I'd say it's a mini online library as it is, with about 30 interviews, maybe a little bit less. And I've actually been through a lot since that time, right? And I don't agree necessarily with all the content that some of those individuals are currently putting out. And I've really evolved beyond certain elements of the ego, and then I got a long way to go on other things. And I'll probably do some interviews in the future, but it's not as big of a deal. You know, there's a time when a young man in the alternative media, you know, gets started and they get their feet wet and they want to interview everybody. And it's like a big deal to, you know, interview certain people for the first time, or maybe even to get a chance to meet them. There's the, you know, the whole celebrity element of it. And I mean, we are human, and some people we may really look up to for a certain amount of time. And then there's a time to evolve beyond that, to evolve beyond hero worship, or carrying someone else's message or another man's message, you know. And there is an element of groupthink. And, you know, no offense to any homosexuals, but I'm not here to cater to you specifically or your feelings. I'm not attacking you. You know, I'm talking about just in general, when people like obsess on Putin, Trump, Alex Jones, and they get defensive when you don't like their hero and their basketball card, it has a certain homoerotic overtone to it. Or if you don't want to bounce your ideas and thoughts, back and forth with other men over the internet, you'd rather just be, a guy that just rides solo, and I've seen certain elements of people take certain things too far. So as for myself, I've had my own roller coaster, if you will, emotionally, of feeling disenfranchised. Doesn't even do the description justice. But when you're in your own mind a part of a movement, even if we're all so different, it's still the idea of us being on the same side. Well, that's been shattered. And I can look back at, and I might as well show it without being afraid of my YouTube channel being affected. There'll be disclaimers down below. The opinions of the former guests of Outside the Box are the opinions of them, and not necessarily that of Alex Ansary. And then there needs to be a book to really describe, not to mention my childhood, early life mistakes, what was going on with me, what was the way out, and then finding the light, alternative media, and then what I gravitated to and what really got me going, the idea of community in my mind, and then reality sinking in, and then the next level of the red pilling, stepping back with elements of my own ego, my own self. Just like that Buddhist mandala, which I described, also driving also on this road, something about tapping into certain spiritual ideas while driving on this road. The Buddhist mandala and we're going to get more into that this year, sprinkling the sand, creating the art, and then blowing it away. And so the Portland experience, the doing the outside the box, here's today's guest. Here's their truth. Here's the truth censored by the mainstream media. And, I really branded myself on that. Not to really over or misuse the word brand, but I really describe myself as that. As someone that was, when I dropped the camera, it's because a car's coming. It really is a thing in which one takes pride in doing something different than the mainstream media. Not covering up commentary about the event that got us in those wars. Some of the good deeds that we've done, those things do linger over. I think spirit is one thing. So this world could try to create a black cloud. You dared question that day that shall not be mentioned, lest a little info box pop up to let you know about that day. But see, it felt like an incredibly spiritual thing to do those many dozens and dozens and dozens of interviews. And I really need to sit down and get a letter going, to the people that live in a house that's connected to, the guy that was supposed to watch over my stuff and maybe one day get it back to me. It's been years since I've been in Portland. And I may never see all those other Outside the Box TV episodes again, which are not in full on YouTube, by the way. My full interview with Anthony Hilder, my full interview with Robert Bowman, who's no longer alive, my full interview with Jack McLam, my full interview with Michael Rupert. Both of those are no longer alive. Other people that are no longer alive, I've been around. While some people were still selling Merrill Lynch stocks, Alex Ansary was interviewing people in which back then, not to go on a mega rant here, back then, you guys know this, YouTube wasn't like it is now. 2005, it wasn't even around until 2006. A lot of it was Google Video. Thank God they allowed us to move our stuff over. But I lost a lot of content. I didn't upload a lot of content. I didn't upload all of my interviews. Hell, I don't even have a physical family album. All I have is that video that I showed you myself the other day, childhood photos. Childhood photos. The most important people in my life during those childhood years. Family and those that were like family. Those that treated me like a son for a period in time. So yeah, it is kind of my legacy and the key interviews. There are others that I would love to see again. There's even an extended interview with Joel Skousen, and that seems to have been deleted by someone off disclosed.tv. What were we talking about? World War III. So, just want to give you a heads up. There's going to be some Outside the Box TV vintage interviews. I will not over-inundate you. We'll do maybe one a day or one every few days until all of the old school interviews from the Alex Ansary 2 YouTube channel are on One Stop Shopping, all in the same house, this channel. If you want to support this broadcast, the videos, and what I'll be doing in the future, check out the links down below. I want to thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Alex Ansary here, signing off.